We're moderating this session, and we heard that not to have interference with we're broadcasted worldwide. No, but there's a YouTube that will be produced, and there's as well a live stream, which seems not to function immediately, but after a few seconds. So the Wi-Fi information is, please, Wi-Fi is not possible now, not to interfere with the technique. That's what we heard. And otherwise, we get the formal welcome from Arno.
Yes.
And the two of us will moderate the session. That's it for the beginning.
That's it for now,
yeah.
I would say.
Okay,
great.
Good. Arno.
So, good morning. I think there's over 100 people registered for this meeting, so there may be some more coming a little bit later. Kim told me that for the people that will have to be going out of the room, probably because you may have smaller bladders, that you should be sitting on this side. And those with large bladders should be on that side. It's because of the camera. The other thing about the camera is when Madeleine asks to introduce you, that you not face us at the front here, that you face the cameras, so the rest of the people online can actually see your face. So welcome to SEI. This is an extended office for us. We're a block away. And welcome to SuSanA. It's the 26th meeting, and it's the 12th one that we're holding in Stockholm. And it's convened by SEI and the GIZ SuSanA Secretariat. So it's being sent over YouTube. And if you have any colleagues or friends or relatives or your wife, for example, just to prove that you're in this meeting, or husband, that you can send these linkages. It will be on basically the whole day with the lunch break. So the Twitter address and then the hashtag as well. And you're welcome to talk to us if you have any questions at all while you're here today, and even in the days in the coming week, if there's anything that we can do to make it easier for you. Is anybody copying this down? Otherwise, I think we can give it to you if necessary. So where have all these meetings been held? It's pretty wide coverage. It's not everywhere, but I'm proud to be part of this, and I think most SuSanA members are, that we've done this fantastic thing over the last 11 years. And Stockholm has become a bit of a yearly stopover, but there's a lot of representation in the south, and even in the west and the east. Just a bit of statistics. As members, you're part of almost 10,000 strong, 120 countries, and there's 330 formal partners, anywhere from a small NGO to up to a development bank or UN agency. If you haven't joined, you're most welcome to go to SuSanA.org and register. And you can see the data shows that the posts on the forum where people are writing things are going up, and the number of members continue to go up. So after 7 years of being on the forum where we're collecting members, we've hit almost 10,000. World Water Week is an interesting one. Starts tomorrow. The theme is water, ecosystems, and human development. There's 378 organizations attending, 238 sessions, and surprisingly enough, 91 of those deal with sanitation. That's a major accomplishment, because I can tell you that 15 years ago there was basically nothing on this topic at Water Week. It was dominated by things like IWRM, Integrated Water Resources Management. And the discussion was not about WASH. It wasn't at that scale. They were worried about other factors. So I think SuSanA's made an impact on this conference as well as others. the whole sector. And there's over 3,000 participants from 135 countries. For your information, the Water Prize winners, Rittman and van Loosdrecht, are wastewater people, so it's close to home for SuSanA. Their work has dealt with membrane biofilms, nitrogen removal, and a kind of activated sludge that's been treated to granular form. There's going to be quite a bit of live broadcasting, so if you go onto that URL, you will actually be able to, from your hotel, or even if you have to go home, you'll be able to listen to more than just the plenaries. There's quite a list of live broadcasting. Yes, again, when Madeleine asks you to say who your name is, the camera's back there. So, welcome.
Yes, good morning to you all. This is one of my traditional tasks during the SuSanA meeting, is to introduce, to take the round of introduction. I just wanted to say something added to Arno's introduction here, that I wanted you to inform you that Stockholm will be very rowdy today. It will be demonstrations in the city. So my recommendations for you tonight is to go in pairs and feel it's not the city that you're used to see. The second recommendation also is to, when you're in Stockholm, visit our Houses of Parliament and visit Greta, who is on a strike for the climate. We have an election coming up in 2 weeks, and Greta, 15 years, is outside, wanted the politician to care about the climate. And we are from a climate institute. I work at Stockholm Environment Institute, and we are very concerned about that. And we are also so happy that climate is linked up to sanitation, and we will have a session on that this year, and it's becoming more and more urgent. But visit Greta. She will be sitting outside the Houses of Parliament, and a lot of people go there and visit her and give her some more. Okay, that was a little bit out of the context. Madeleine Fogde, I come from Stockholm Environment Institute. I have been on many SuSanA meetings. The first one was 2007. Now I would like you to introduce yourself and say, when did you first encounter SuSanA? So we can capture a little bit who we are with experience of the SuSanA meetings and the organizations.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kim Anderson, also SCI. I'm co-leading our Sustainable Sanitation Initiative here. And I was in New York, 2008. That was my first SuSanA meeting. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Axel. I'm interning at SCI right now, working with Kim on some sanitation projects. It's my first SuSanA meeting.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Cecilia Rodriguez. I work for GIZ for the Sustainable Sanitation Program, amongst other things, supporting the SuSanA Secretariat and coordinating the sheet flow diagram promotion initiative. It's about my 7th SuSanA meeting, and I've been a partner of SuSanA since around 2011.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Doreen Mbalo. I work for the GIZ Sustainable Sanitation Program, and I first heard of SuSanA in 2011 when I was writing my master thesis on urban sanitation.
I'm Diane Kellogg. I first encountered SuSanA in Senegal in, I'm going to say 2014. How's that sound? I was a business professor at the time, and I had done some work on the nasty problem of subsidies, and I have since left the business university, and I continue to work on issues around private sector involvement in sanitation.
Hi, my name is Laura Nassar. I'm the new regional coordinator for the SuSanA, previously known as MENA chapter, now called the West Asia and North Africa chapter.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Manal Shraide, working for Borda Wiscan Jordan, and I'm the researcher for WANA chapter.
Hi, I'm Jill Davies from the University of West of England. We work on microbial fuel cell research, and we're part of the Gates Foundation Reinvented Toilet Challenge, and this is our first time attending.
Good morning, my name is Lourdes Valenzuela. I'm from Agua Tuya Foundation. I'm trying to coordinate the first Latin American chapter of SuSanA. And my first session of SuSanA was in Rio de Janeiro in 2010.
Good morning, I'm Linda Strande. I work at Sondek AAVOG. I run a research group in fecal sludge management. Been familiar with SuSanA since maybe 2008 when I was working in Durban, South Africa.
Yes, good morning, everybody. My name is Leonela Barreto Dion. I work for SEWAS and SECON. We are located in Switzerland, and we work in many different things. We've been in SuSanA since the beginning. I think the first time that I heard about SuSanA was in a meeting in Ashbourne in 2007, but my first meeting was in New Delhi. All right.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Thorsten Reckartzügel. I work for Bremen Overseas Research and Development Association based in Bremen, Germany. I am the regional advisor for West and Central Asia and as well co-lead of the working group Climate and Sanitation of SuSanA. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Bella Monza. I work for GIZ in the area of wash in schools. I'm with part of my time in Asia and with part of my time in Germany in the Sustainable Sanitation Alliance. I think this is my 6th SuSanA meeting, and I'm also a co-lead of the working group 7 washing institutions. Oh, sorry.
I'm Christy Chatterley. I'm here with UNICEF and the WHO UNICEF Joint Monitoring Program, and I focus on wash in schools. Oh, it's my first meeting.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is Stefan Reuter. I'm director of BORDA, Bremen Overseas Research and Development Association, co-lead of Working Group 10 Operation Maintenance. I'm a member since the beginning 2007.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Daniel Diba. I work at the Stockholm Environment Institute with Kim, Arno, and the rest of the team. I first heard of SuSanA in 2013 when I started working with sanitation. And my very first SuSanA meeting was the following year, 2014. I also co-lead the working group 5 on productive sanitation and food security.
Hello, my name is Linus Dagerskog, and I'm a colleague at SCI. I think I was at the 2008 meeting in Stockholm, so it's 10-year anniversary.
Good morning, everybody. I am Mohammed Ajaf from Jordan, Minister of Education. This is my first meeting, SuSanA.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sami Salaita. I'm from Ministry of Education, Secretary General. This is my first meeting with SuSanA.
Good morning, I'm Fatima Najjar from ILEPS, GIZ, one of the projects of GIZ in Jordan, and this is my first SuSanA meeting.
Good morning, my name is Hiba Ababne. I'm working for GIZ Jordan in the Sanitation for Millions program. It's my first SuSanA meeting.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Abhishek Narayan. I'm a PhD candidate at Sondek AAVOG. This is my first SuSanA meeting, but it's about 3 years ago when I was working in the wastewater sector, I first heard about, oh, you work in wastewater and sanitation, SuSanA. I always wondered who SuSanA was. Today I see it's all of you, not just one person. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zachary Burt. I'm a postdoctoral fellow at the Climate and Health Group at the Mailman School of Public Health at Columbia University in New York. And I just recently joined SuSanA a few months back, and first meeting was in Goa.
Hi, I'm Colette Genevaux from the French NGO Programme Solidarité Eau, and it's my 3rd time coming to the SuSanA meeting.
Good morning, my name is Francesca Foll. I support the SuSanA Secretariat of GIZ in Ashbourne. And my first contact with SuSanA was 3 years ago when I was an intern at GIZ, and I could organize a cartoon competition together with Trevor, who was running the Secretariat at that time, on breaking the taboo on sanitation. You can find all these cartoons on the SuSanA site. I've been to 2 regional meetings in India, but it's my first global SuSanA meeting today, so I'm looking forward.
Good morning, my name is Elisabeth Kvarnström. I work for Research Institutes of Sweden. I've been a SuSanA hangaround since the beginning because then I used to work at SEI at the time, 2007.
Morning. You want me to look this way?
I feel
That's very
yes.
strange. I'm Martin Gamble. I'm at the World Bank. I'm leading our global strategy thinking on urban and rural sanitation, and have been coming to your Stockholm meetings for about 5 years, I think, and interacting here with you. And my colleague Rebecca Gilsdorf will be arriving. She's on a plane, or just got off a plane, so she'll be joining us as well for today. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Mintje Burma, and I'm also working for GIZ, for the sector initiative, working on washing schools and on the shit flow diagrams. And my first time hearing about SuSanA was when I was interning with Thilo and the GTO, like a few years back.
Hi, I'm Ron Klemmer. I'm with FHI 360. We're an NGO. I'm based in our Washington, D.C. office where I lead the WASH group. And my first attendance at a SuSanA meeting was in 2015. Yes. Hello.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Patrick Maas. I'm working with GIZ, Global Program Sanitation for Millions. My first contact with SuSanA was when I went to Uganda as development worker in January 2015, and it's my first SuSanA meeting.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Trevor Surridge. I work for GIZ, and I'm currently based in Zambia, Lusaka, coordinating a project on climate-friendly sanitation services in peri-urban areas of Lusaka. Very descriptive. I first had something to do with SuSanA way back in 2011 in April. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Thilo Panzerbieder, the Thilo that Mintje just referenced. I'm the director of the German Toilet Organization, chair of the German Wash Network, and I know SuSanA since the very beginning, was in the room when it was founded. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Solveig Johannesdottir. I'm a PhD candidate at the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences. I work with nutrient recovery from wastewater. It was my supervisor who introduced me to SuSanA a year ago, and this is my first meeting.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Christopher Friedrich, and I have been working on urine dehydration, and I've been working with the IFRC in Cox's Bazar and in Malawi. And I hope to pursue a PhD in emergency sanitation. And this is my second SuSanA meeting. I've been in Chennai last year.
Good morning, my name is Mandy Tijm. I'm working at Aqua for All in the Netherlands. I'm here for the first time, just trying to get to know SuSanA. It's my first meeting, but I'm here because I'm involved in organizing the Savati Sanitation Award. It's handed out biannual to honor the outstanding contribution of individuals and organizations in the sanitation sector through entrepreneurship.
Good morning. I'm Leka Stroit-Ziegler. I work for the GIZ in Eschborn for the Global Program Sanitation for Millions, and it's my first time attending a SuSanA meeting.
Good morning, everyone. My name's John Heelam. I'm the Global Wash Advisor with Concern Worldwide. Concern have been a member of SuSanA for a good few years, but this is actually my first meeting.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Simon Okoth. I work for Stockholm Environment Institute. I'm the Senior Project Manager for the SuSanA Phase 3 project, mainly to improve the global knowledge platform for the SuSanA. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. And my name is Caroline van der Voorden. I work with the Water Supply and Sanitation Collaborative Council. I think I knew about SuSanA before SuSanA was even born. We were very much part of the discussions about what SuSanA would be and would look like. But I haven't actually been to meetings for a few years, so it's nice to be back.
Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Roland Chattenleib. I have been working many years with EAVAG Sandek. I have been with the SuSanA from the beginning in 2007, and I'm still a member of the core group.
Good morning. My name is Lynn Foden. I'm with East Meets West Foundation. This is my first SuSanA meeting, but one of my colleagues, Belinda Abrams, has been an active member, so I'm here sort of on her behalf and to learn on my own, so it's great to be here. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sarah Masima from WaterAid Ghana. This is my first SuSanA meeting, but we've had SuSanA meetings in Ghana and I've been there.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ada Oko-Williams. I'm from WaterAid. And on SuSanA, I co-lead the working group to markets and sanitation and markets. And I also, well, I heard about SuSanA for the first time in 2008, I believe, in Burkina Faso, just at the end of the EcoSan race. And SuSanA was coming up. That was the very first time I heard about it and then joined. But then been very, very active on SuSanA since 2014. Yes, thank you.
Good morning, I'm Tanya Glanville-Wallace. I'm a WASH Knowledge Management and Communications Advisor for Oxfam. I think you probably knew my ex-colleague Esther Shaler, who was very active. She's since moved on to UNICEF. And this is my first time in Stockholm and my first SuSanA meeting.
Hi everyone, my name is Shobana Srinivasan and I work for the SuSanA Secretariat through BORDA, trying to improve the effectiveness of SuSanA through the Bill and Melinda Gates grant. I wish I could say that I knew SuSanA from 2007, but I was just a teenager then. Yeah, I came across SuSanA through a Google search in 2013 and I've been a member ever since.
Hi, my name is Claudia Wendland. I'm with WCF and with SuSanA almost since the beginning, I guess. WCF stands for Women Engaged for a Common Future, but now I'm with Hamburg Wasser. I changed the job and now I work with public German water and wastewater utility and trying also to set up utility partnerships with international utilities in the field of wastewater treatment also, so that's why I still like to be here.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Verena Demmelbauer. I'll start working for WECF in September in Munich in the field of water and sanitation, and it's my first SuSanA meeting.
Good morning, my name is Mike Enskat. I'm heading a section for energy, water and transport at GIZ. And my first meeting was the 25th birthday or wedding anniversary or whatever you want to call it of SuSanA, which took place, I think, year before last
year, January.
Last year, yeah.
Great. We have new faces and whoever will come in the room will be surprised that we asked the person. Yes, can you bring the mic? Yeah. Can you just tell, maybe when you heard from SuSanA, when you've been there, and what's your name and affiliation?
I'm Millie Adam from COST. I'm Director of International Partnerships. My second time in Stockholm, but my first SuSanA meeting. But we've known about SuSanA for a long time.
Hello, I'm Stelène Philippe, and I'm an education program developer at COST, and I'm also co-lead of Working Group 1, Capacity Development.
Okay. There's one new face there. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Andy Bastable from Oxfam, and we're part of the SuSanA Emergency Group.
Great. Yes, welcome again. We're doing this, in the beginning we were 20 people. Oh no, I am Arne Panessa. I am from GIZ, and when GIZ, the program I'm in is the program on sustainable sanitation. That was then some 12 years ago called the EcoSan program, and it was as well helping via the ministry to generate ideas for UNSCAP. And we had a brainstorming, what we can do. Can't we have an international year? Wouldn't it be good to have a Bollywood movie on sanitation? Can't we have a global network? And I was writing a concept for that kind of a global network. Some things have been taken up by UNSCAP, and one thing has been taken up after a call between Arno and me, that now the international year is coming and we should do something. That concept have been taken up by SuSanA. So I have been there from the beginning. And now I'm really happy that the sector program is in a section of GIZ which is called Energy, Water and Transport, and that's headed by Mike Enskat, and he'll give us a few welcome notes. And do you have a mic? This is your mic. Yeah. No, these mics are not really active.
Okay. Can we close this for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning again, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, friends. It's a pleasure for me to be here, and I've been given that great honor to formally open today's SuSanA meeting, and I've with me, to provide a proper formal setting, a little speech. Bear with me, I hope it's the only speech that you will hear in the course of the day. But let me quickly take you through my welcoming remarks, which are meant to be the formal opening of today. Every year, experts, practitioners, decision makers and young professionals from different sectors and countries come here to Stockholm Water Week to network, exchange ideas, foster new thinking and develop solutions to the most pressing water and sanitation challenges of today. With more than 9,700 individual members and 335 partner organizations, the growth of SuSanA, since it was founded 11 years ago, clearly signifies the need for consensus building and for partnerships in the sanitation sector to promote learning that fosters the scaling up of water systems and services around the globe. Within German Development Cooperation, SuSanA has been acknowledged as a key contributor to the sector. And I would like to acknowledge the continuous support of our German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development to SuSanA. The sector program for sustainable sanitation, which is implemented by GIZ and which is hosted in the unit that I'm heading, has been providing the Secretariat for SuSanA since its foundation. By implementing German development measures around the globe, GIZ, my organization, will continue to support our key partners in achieving SDG 6. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals and the Paris Climate Agreement have set ambitious targets for our future development. In the third year of implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, the World Water Week focuses on the very, very basis of our existence, and this is the ecosystems on which all life depends and the critical role that water and sanitation plays in this function. The SDGs provide an overarching framework for international cooperation, and they lead the way forward for national and international sustainable development policy. The establishment of SDG 6 to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all is a visible expression of the great attention on water and sanitation issues in the global political agenda. There are a number of reasons why SuSanA is a key alliance for the implementation of the SDGs. You, as SuSanA members and partner organizations, have extensive practical experience in implementing support programs along all environmental, economic and social dimensions of the SDG 6. And this crucial experience will help us to jointly work towards the objectives of the Agenda 2030. Having the newly released SDG 6 synthesis report on water and sanitation in mind, there is a need to enhance commitment and to mobilize efforts. The thematic points for today's SuSanA meeting look at the broad trends and topics within SuSanA, which are in line with the pressing topics in the sector as a whole. SDG 6 and its interactions with other SDGs has been clearly articulated and visualized in the SuSanA interlinkages document. Today, we will discuss concrete examples of how SDG 6 is connected with emergency humanitarian situations and also with education, which we find in SDG 4. Session 3 of today's program, focusing on city-wide solutions, and session 4 on financing sanitation will capture the need for substantial investment, particularly in rapidly growing urban areas, although here solutions will vary depending on the relative importance of sewerage networks and on-site sanitation systems. With the current financial resources, we will fail on SDG 6. The World Bank estimates the annual capital costs of meeting SDG 6 targets 6.1 and 6.2 alone at $114 billion per year. This does not include other SDG 6 targets, nor does it include operation and maintenance, monitoring, institutional support, sector strengthening, and the human resource needs. Innovative financing solutions and economically viable facilities and systems are key if we want to take the sector forward. Furthermore, over 80% of countries participating in the 2016-17 cycle of the UN Water Global Analysis and Assessment reported insufficient financial resources to reach SDG 6 targets 6.1 and 6.6. Good governance, integrity, and capacity building, all those elements underpin the elimination of inequalities and the leave no one behind principle. Government policies, strategies, and frameworks should encompass effectiveness, responsiveness, and accountability. Capacity building is key. Session 5 will provide us with an overview of approaches and lessons learned concerning capacity building in sanitation and integrity. The regional chapters of SuSanA, which will be elaborated upon in session 6, will enhance ownership and participation to accelerate progress in specific regions of the world. These chapters will help build consensus in the respective regions and provide a platform for knowledge exchange, implementation support, and long-term commitment by key institutions in the regions. I look forward to your numerous contributions today about the progress that we have jointly made and about the achievements of SuSanA. The SuSanA Secretariat at GIZ is a small team, and I would like to acknowledge their strong commitment and its technical expertise and their tireless effort in organizing key sanitation meetings that bring SDG 6 into the forefront. Thank you to the SuSanA team. As we continue to network, exchange knowledge, and intensify our efforts to achieve SDG 6, let us keep in mind that new partnerships are needed, involving stakeholders within, but also beyond the sector. I wish all of us an interesting, exciting, and inspiring Saturday here in beautiful Stockholm. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike. We've made these meetings in the beginning to not double work for the International Year of Sanitation. That's why we did the round of introduction, so that people know from each other and can talk to each other in the coffee break, which will be soon after now. The other key element of the morning, which is an introduction of SuSanA. Especially welcome to the newcomers, which are here the first time. And I welcome Doreen and Shobana, I think,
Can
to
you help me with my presentation?
tell us about what actually SuSanA is. Okay.
Okay. Where is the... Can you show me where to download it? Oh, here. Okay, brilliant. Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone, again. Thank you very much. My name, again, is Doreen Mbalo, and I work for the GIZ Sustainable Sanitation Program. And today I have the pleasure to introduce to you SuSanA. and give you an overview of some of the recent developments that we have been working on in the past couple of months. This is inclusive, but definitely not limited to a strategy, to a strategic orientation that we have been working on. And welcome once more to the new members and the new partners that are on board. Now, sorry. Oh, okay. Is that better? Okay. Sorry for that. Okay, can you hear me now? Perfect. Sorry about that. The Sustainable Sanitation Alliance, we are a network of 335 partner organizations, and we have 10,000 individual members. Our focus is basically to link on-the-ground experiences with an engaged community that focuses on the sanitation sector. And we also aim at promoting innovative solutions and best practices that will move the sector forward in relation to SDG 6. Now, our vision is very clearly stipulated in the vision document. We are focusing on ensuring accessibility to sanitation regardless of gender, of age, of income, culture, or location. We do that in line with the 5 sustainability criteria, which are highlighted here below, which focus also on the interlinkages of the SDGs, particularly looking at health, hygiene, environmental, natural resources, technology, and operation, just to name a few. Now, the Secretariat is hosted by GIZ and has been hosted by GIZ since 2007. And it is at this point that I would like to also acknowledge that we have been hosted and receiving base financing from the BMZ since 2007. And the Secretariat is also one of the key thematic areas under the GIZ sector program, Sustainable Sanitation, which is spearheaded by Arno. And these are the members of the SuSanA Secretariat. Now, within SuSanA, we have quite a number of different products. We have a number of different outputs, which are primarily generated by our members and partners. And these outputs encompass, first and foremost, the partner profiling. We have a project database where we try to analyze all the different interventions that our partner and our members are currently working on in the sector. We have an SFD portal, and this SFD portal looks at supporting different organizations to define and design SFDs to meet their needs in terms of planning and in terms of implementation. We also have an events calendar, and we have an extensive library where we have different publications pertaining to the sanitation sector, inclusive of research documents or basic documents such as technical designs or BOQs that can be utilized by different practitioners in the sector. In addition to that, we have quite a diverse online discussion forum. We have consistent SuSanA webinars where we support our different partners to highlight specific issues in the sector. And in addition to that, we also have the thematic discussion series where we support our different partners to discuss specific issues pertaining to sanitation as a whole. We have regional chapters, country chapters, where we try to put a focus on specific regions in the sector to highlight the sanitation challenges that currently exist. And on the right of this slide, you can see we have quite a bit of a social media platform, I would say, work and support that we utilize through our newsmail, our Facebook, and our Twitter account. And we have members from more than 172 countries. So, as mentioned earlier, we have SuSanA meetings biannually. One is normally in conjunction and in collaboration with the Stockholm World Water Week, and the other one is normally in collaboration with an international conference that is located in a low-income area. And this particular slide gives you an overview of some of the different SuSanA meetings that we have had in the past. Our distribution is diverse. We are spread across different regions, and we have partners in different countries. In addition to that, our key, and I would say our core partners are primarily in sub-Saharan Africa. We also have quite a number of partners, as you can see, in Asia and Pacific. Here, I would specifically say India. And in addition to that, our partners are involved in different activities within the sector. They work for government institutions, national mandated institutions, for local NGOs, for multilateral organizations, as you can see here. Now, in addition to that, we have what we call SuSanA working groups. And these SuSanA working groups, I would definitely say, are the backbone of SuSanA. And they support us, first and foremost, in categorizing what each of the different institutions, the partner organizations and the members are interested in terms of sanitation. These working groups are valid, and I'd like to urge many of you, particularly our new members, to be part and parcel of the specific working groups so that there can be effective communication and there can be publications that are focused towards the key thematics of the respective working groups. So in a nutshell, our structure is we have active partners, we have a few passive partners. In addition to that, we have working group leads that spearhead the activities of the working groups. We have our vision document that is in line with the SDGs, particularly Target 6.2. And we also have the respective core group meetings that take place. The core group is the decision-making body of SuSanA. And we have, obviously, the Secretariat, which supports in the coordination, in the dissemination of different communication tools in the sector. And in addition to that, we facilitate the discussion forum and we support with consensus building and matchmaking in the sector. So this is a slide that gives you an overview of what we call cooperation systems. Now, cooperation systems are basically a network of a few partner organizations that focus on a specific thematic within the sector. And these cooperation systems are collaborations with a specific focus and with increased financing. And I'd like to highlight a little bit about the SEI Bill and Melinda Gates grant, which focuses on the knowledge management and the impact of SuSanA as a whole. Now, this particular cooperation system has the three specific outcomes. The first one is to improve the SuSanA platform as a whole. The second one is to also enhance and to ensure demonstrable improvements in the impact that the use of the SuSanA platform has on our respective members and partners. And the third outcome is to strengthen the governance structure of SuSanA and to also look at the institutional sustainability of SuSanA as a whole. Now, some of the activities that have come out of this specific outcomes is that first, we were able to do a user experience study. And this was a study that was very customer aided, that looked at ways in which we could improve our online platform to meet the needs of the respective organizations that are members of SuSanA. We received quite a lot of information. This is an ongoing process, and I think many of you have looked at our website and you will see that quite a number of significant changes have taken place in terms of the partner profiling, in terms of the online discussion forum. So I would urge you to consistently have a look and provide us feedback on whether the website works for you. In addition to that, we've also did a stakeholder survey. as mentioned, we have more than 300 organizations that are part of SuSanA. We have 10,000 individual members of SuSanA. And it was important for us to understand the specific interests of our members and partners pertaining to knowledge management in the sector. And the stakeholder survey was a great analysis on how we can be able to increase efficiency and increase support in terms of knowledge management, particularly for the organizations that are based in the Global South. The third aspect that we looked at was that we developed a strategic orientation. And this strategic orientation was important for us because we wanted to understand, first and foremost, our theory of change. We wanted to also understand whether we are currently adding value to the different sanitation practitioners in terms of the knowledge management that we provide. And we also did an organizational study. We are doing an organizational study that is spearheaded by consultants that have been hired by the Gates Foundation. And I just want to briefly mention the aspect of our theory of change. I will not go into detail, but as we were conceptualizing our strategy document, some of the key aspects that we needed to look into was first and foremost to really define what our long-term goal is as a knowledge management platform. The other aspect that we looked at was to also really understand whether we can claim that the interventions that we are currently embarking upon as a knowledge management platform, whether these interventions meet the needs of the respective partner organizations. And it is through this analysis, and it is through this self-reflection, and it is through the development and the conceptualization of our theory of change, were we able to now understand the specific preconditions that need to be dealt with for us to be able to achieve our long-term outcome. I will not go into too much detail about this, and this is sort of my urge for you all to look at this strategy document and own it, understand it so that you can be able to see the strategic orientation of this platform as a whole. Now, once we had gone through the preconditions of our theory of change, what was very clear for us is that it is only through strategic, effective, and consistent communication, it is only through knowledge management can we be able to deliver demand-driven, high-quality, cutting-edge, adaptable policy advice, practical guidance, and up-to-date knowledge for our practitioners. And this is in order for them to accelerate improvement of sanitation access and services for all. And for us to be able to achieve this, our long-term outcome, which is basically stipulated in our theory of change, it's important for us to have strategic partnering within the organizations. We need to have an optimal governance structure to move forward as SuSanA, and we definitely need a business model that works, that in very clear words gives an indication on our key partners, on the specific revenue streams that come in terms of knowledge management, on the key activities and the implementation framework that need to be in line with our strategic orientation. And of course, a sustainable funding strategy. And these are some of the activities that we outlined in our strategic orientation. And here again, I can talk about it, but I want to urge you all to look at the strategy document. But all in all, we can be able to achieve this if we are more diverse, more inclusive, and if we collaborate with members and partners from middle and low income countries. We want to encourage South-to-South collaboration. We want to encourage triangular cooperation as stipulated in SDG 17 and SDG target 6A and B. Now that was just a small minor detail of one cooperation system. We have quite a number of cooperation systems within the SuSanA platform, and I would urge you all to visit the website and try to understand how you could anchor or initiate and define a new strategy or a new cooperation system within the Sustainable Sanitation Alliance. And I would like to end with a note that really looks at the impact that we have been able to make in the past couple of years since our inception in 2007. The first aspect is that we are definitely in a situation where we have a dedicated goal for SDG 6. Long gone are the days where we were simply a target that was indicated within MDG 7. We have a dedicated goal that primarily focuses not only on access and coverage, but also looks at water and sanitation management. It looks at strengthening international cooperation and stakeholder participation. In addition to that, many of our members and partners have been part and parcel of changing the discourse of sanitation, have been part and parcel of basically increasing the different innovative sanitation solutions that we see today in many countries. And many of these members are sitting here today, so we acknowledge that. Another aspect that I would like to mention is we have definitely moved from being marginalized as a sector. In the beginning, sanitation was not a priority. Right now, we are at the forefront. We have, as mentioned, our own target, and we have moved into the mainstream, particularly in terms of prioritization and in terms of the key international conferences that we attend. We have improved cooperation. We have an improved knowledge management system, and it's up to us to utilize it and to give us the feedback that we need to make the platform work for all of you. We are looking also at interlinkages in the sector. So we are not only having a sector approach, we are looking at ways in which we could link our sector with all the other SDGs to be able to achieve the goal holistically and to also ensure that we leave no one behind. Thank you. That was an overview. Thank you very much.
One, two, three. Shobana, you will add a few slides on the user experience, or? Okay, please.
Thank you, Doreen, for that wonderful presentation. I'm just going to continue a bit on what Doreen had mentioned and give more insight on the extensive market study that we conducted with the help of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, without whom this extensive market study wouldn't be possible. We did a market study last year to analyze what are the needs of global and local sanitation stakeholders, how they want to network and what their interest in the sector is, and how SuSanA can serve them and cultivate these interests further. So in the market study, what we did was an extensive market survey with more than 3,000 responses worldwide, and then a comparative study of different knowledge management platforms and detailed interviews with partner organizations to find out what they want in the sector and what they want when they come to SuSanA, and then developing a performance measurement SuSanA to really see how we create impact on ground, and also a SuSanA SWOT analysis to understand our risks and opportunities better. So when you take a look at who responded to this massive survey, which we did, it was mostly from the Global South with good representation from the Global North as well. When you take a look at the core components of knowledge management, SuSanA plays a strong role in all these core components. We help collect information and manage it through our online platform. We have a viable, good platform for effective knowledge sharing, and then we foster learning processes and ability to absorb the information that is available in the sector, and we also provide a safe space for meaningful exchange between different sanitation practitioners. So when you look at the diagram there, you can see that there's advocacy on one side, and then there's implementers on the other side. So SuSanA is playing a role in between to ensure that these two sectors in the sanitation world get connected. Now looking a little more detailed into the survey results, you can see that most of the people who responded to the survey were linked to design and then training and health promotion, but we had a very good representation from other people as well who belong to research sector, monitoring and evaluation, policy, donors, and also management. Now, when we ask the question, how do you like to keep up to date in the sanitation world? Most of them still look at online tools for staying up to date, receiving newsletters and looking up on website. So when asked how they want to connect with the sector, the new sanitation news, online tools were considered very important. Then looking at networking preferences, like how people would like to network within the sanitation sector, face-to-face communication is still considered very vital and important, and there's no difference between the regions. You can see all regions equally want a face-to-face connect. But we cannot ignore the fact that a significant amount of people have mentioned that they want to embrace digitalization and want to still start networking through online platforms as well. So this is untapped potential that we see, which SuSanA can work on and develop infrastructure further for people to have safe and effective communication networking even through online platforms and groups. So when you take a look at how people want to network, depending on their area of interest, you can see that professional networks are preferred by design and implementation professionals, whereas conferences are quite popular among policy and advocacy professionals. Yet again, you can see how the need for webinars and online forums and working groups are significantly growing. So when we ask our partners how we want to connect, why they want to join SuSanA and why they want to connect with an international network like SuSanA, you can see that networking is the key here, and they also want to connect with SuSanA for increasing credibility. This would be a smaller implementing NGOs and implementing organizations in the sanitation sector. And then they also want to share their results, disseminate their results and materials. So information sharing, knowledge sharing is a requirement and is considered important among all sanitation organizations in the world. When looking at knowledge gaps, like what is still lacking, we can see that governments still hold the mandate to bring about sanitation, and all partner organizations of SuSanA want to align with what the governments want in order to achieve SDGs. So that is still a most important component that we need to focus on, and partners also feel that it's a necessity to find consolidated, credible information, which SuSanA is working on through its case studies and several other publications. And then implementation models is also considered very important. And through the project database, we're trying to ensure that different partners can look at how other partners implement their projects worldwide. Another important knowledge gap was a directory of service providers. So people want more information on a sanitation marketplace to see who are all the service providers in a particular region or in a particular space so that they can network and connect with each other. When asked how can knowledge management be improved to support SDG 6 goals, main points that were raised were there is a need to have more transparency, which SuSanA effectively provides by having a safe space for sanitation practitioners to discuss a lot of issues in the forum, and for consolidation, curation of materials. Curation is a word that keeps coming up. The need to have specific target-oriented communication and knowledge management is still seen as a key. And then linking private sector, public sector, more regional information and more financing opportunities are considered important when it comes to knowledge management and its improvement. Now, a possible way we could go forward is we've collected a lot of information through these surveys and interviews. What we could do with them, when we thought what we could do with them, we came across the persona concept, which means that you consolidate all these survey results into average profiles, online profiles, so that you can provide more target and effective communication and knowledge management through a platform or network like SuSanA. These were the personas which we identified through the study. The government officials, donors, implementing NGOs, consultants, NGO workers, community-based organizations, entrepreneurs, and academics. So through more research and more careful analysis of what SuSanA members and partners need, we can identify more personas in future to give target-oriented, effective knowledge management. What you see is just a fake profile of a persona that was created. In detail, you can see what their interests are, how they want to interact with SuSanA, how they would like to receive knowledge and share knowledge online, and what their needs and challenges are, and what their likes about SuSanA are, and what they think can be improved within SuSanA. So these personas help us improve continuously and provide target-oriented knowledge management. So with this note, I say thank you, and I would also like to acknowledge Cost and Zekon, who supported us for the extensive market study. So get in touch with the SuSanA Secretariat if you have more questions, and we're there to support you always. Thank you.
Doreen, questions? Okay, so one thing is that you could now run immediately out to the coffee break, but this was as well some content. So is there an urgent question which you want to address to Shobana or Doreen, or will you prefer to ask that question over coffee? Okay, it seems that coffee, this is for exchange. Enjoy to exchange, enjoy to have the coffee break of more than 20 minutes, 25 minutes, let's say. Then, and then we'll have the next session. And with regard to the excellent governance, we're not yet there. We started as a non-organization who is just trying to bring things together. And we have grown very much, and we're working on how to govern it. Enjoy your coffee. Thank you.